Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being at our regular board meeting. It is February 5th, 2026, and it is approximately 6 p.m. I'm sorry. I call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Thank you, sir. Esteban Rangel,
Present.
Ernestina Tita Cantuvela, here. Jackie Levin Ramos, present. Cindy Liendo,
She's parking.
she's parking. Erica Benavides Garcia, on her way. Mercurio Martinez Jr., absent. Adriana Alexander,
Present.
Lizzie Newsom,
Here.
Karina Elizondo, and we have Ms. Cindy Liendo in attendance. At this time, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to excuse Judge Martinez on his absence from today's meeting for personal reasons.
There's a motion on the table. There's a second by Ms. Alexander. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion passes. Thank you. Can we all please stand? I'll have Ms. Lizzie Newsom lead us in a prayer and Ms. Alexander lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father God, as we gather here tonight, we first want to praise, honor, and worship you for waking up today and giving us another day of sunshine. We ask that everything that we do here tonight, that it is to better serve your kingdom, Lord. And again, we thank you for all of the faculty and staff of this amazing college and all of the wonderful students that come here. And it is really an honor for all of us to serve you, Lord. We thank you in all that we do and all that you do for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
To the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Alexander and Ms. Newsom. We're going to go ahead and go with item number 3, public testimony. Do we have any?
Mr. Chairman, I recognize Ms. Garcia in attendance.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Garcia. With public testimony, do we have?
We do have public
Okay.
testimony, sir. Individuals who wish to participate during the portion of the meeting designated for public comment shall sign up in person at least 15 minutes before the meeting begins and shall indicate the agenda item or topic on which they wish to address the board. And individuals' comments to the board shall not exceed 3 minutes per meeting. And also, after a speaker's comments, the board president shall make whatever response, if any, or take whatever action, if any, is deemed appropriate to handle the matter. Such response or action may include the following: referring the matter to the college president for action or for further recommendations, referring the matter to a later date meeting or to a board committee for further discussion or study, indicating that the matter shall be taken under advisement. If the board president determines that a person has not attempted to resolve a matter administratively, the person shall be directed to the appropriate policy for attempted resolution before bringing the matter to the board. At this time, I call upon Mr. David Patricio.
Mr. Patricio. Ms. Liendo, can you please take the 3 minutes? Mr. Patricio, you have 3 minutes. Let us know when you're ready to start.
Hi, good afternoon. I want to introduce myself. My name is David Patricio. Just wanted to share something that happened. I'm nervous here, sorry. Sorry. Never done this, but it's kind of here because I was notified about my safety along the river over the weekend. That I ride my bike along the river. I've been doing it for many years. I've never felt unsafe on the river. Always just kind of done my thing. Not affiliated with anybody, any organization, anybody in particular pushing any kind of agenda out there. Not trying to say anti-government, anti-anything. It's just me trying to have fun, enjoy the river. I like riding my bike. I like riding my bike with friends. There's nothing better than riding my bike with other friends. I invite people along with me to enjoy the ride, and we're out there having fun. I spoke in private with Ms. Ramirez, Dr. Ramirez. We cleared up what we had to talk about. We agreed on something that these negotiations that are taking place have to include public access and public safety to ensure that everybody has access to this area where it's been available to us for many, many years, hundreds of years. And these negotiations have to be written down in a way where they're regulated, where stuff is controlled, not just an open lease. If you tell them a building, by the time you know it, they rebuilt Fort McIntosh. Give them an inch, they'll take the whole ruler. We have to be able to regulate what they're going to do down there. And how I told Ms. Ramirez, the ball's in your court to protect us and make sure that we don't lose this access to this river. And when these negotiations are written out, to make sure that all that's included and that we don't lose that access and we're all safe out there. That's all I really had to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Patiño.
Thank you, Mr. Patricio.
Patricio, I'm sorry. Next speaker,
Next speaker, Valentin Ruiz.
Mr. Ruiz.
Welcome, sir.
Let us know when you're ready, Mr. Ruiz. You have 3 minutes, sir.
Good evening, board members, administrators, and community. My name is Valentin Vale Ruiz. I am a United States Army veteran. I'm sorry. If you don't mind, I just lost my speech. Give me 1 second.
We'll
please.
reset your 3 minutes, sir. Let us
Yeah.
know when you're ready.
Could you call somebody else?
Yes, sir, we will.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay, next speaker would be
Jasmine Vega.
Ms. Vega. Ms. Vega, you have 3 minutes, ma'am. Let us know when you're ready so we could start.
Hello? Oops. Okay, I am ready.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, I want to thank you all for giving me the time and your attention tonight. My name is Jasmine, and I today wanted to touch on Laredo College and U.S. government and the property lease agreement that you may be entering with the U.S. government. So just to give you guys a little bit about myself, I live in this neighborhood behind Laredo College. I've grown up here my whole life, and I've spent a lot of time on this campus walking around. I learned how to ride my bike here, learned how to rollerblade here. I've always been super grateful to the access that Laredo College has given me, and I've always felt safe with all the campus police around here. So it's always been a really safe environment for me. If you guys know a little bit about this neighborhood, it's a very calm and quiet neighborhood. A lot of older people, generations that have lived here for decades. My family, we've owned that property since the 1800s. So it is of personal concern to me when I hear that we may be losing access to some of this riverfront, and that we may be not only losing access, but disrupting some of our ecosystems here. I'm sure you guys have seen firsthand as brush has been cleared out. I've noticed a lot of javelinas in my neighborhood, lost. They don't know, where to go anymore. They don't have a home because a lot of the ecosystem has been compromised with the U.S. government agencies coming into this neighborhood and making a lot of changes to our environment. So I just wanted to share my, personal experiences over the past few years, seeing the huge shift from a quiet neighborhood to honestly not feeling so safe with all the government agencies close by. I used to see Border Patrol picking up people, and it was always a calm, nonviolent experience. It's something normal you see living on the border. Now I see high-speed chases. I see car crashes right outside my door. And it's not just a one-off, it's constant. It's a, once a month experience, if not more, where now I feel unsafe because there's huge guns literally feet away from me, and I don't know where they're gonna start shooting. I don't know what's gonna happen. And those are just some of the concerns I have if we allow, this lease agreement to take place. So my ask here is that the College Board consider the impact this may have on our quiet neighborhood and our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vega. Mr. Ruiz, are you ready, Mr. Ruiz? You're not ready. It's okay. We could continue with the meeting, and if you'd like, sir, whenever you're ready, we could go ahead and try to fill you in if we have to. But if not, you could come to the next board meeting.
I'll have it right now. I'm sorry. Hold on.
If you want, we could do recognition, sir, and it'll take us a good 10, 15 minutes, and hopefully that gives you time.
That's fine. 15
Yes.
minutes?
Okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's okay. So then we'll come back to Mr. Ruiz. We're gonna go ahead and start with number 4, recognitions and introduction by Mr. Ruben Villarreal. We have 4A, a tribute to Miss Caroline Smith, Dr. Ramirez, and 4B, building the Texas board band workforce program, and 4C, introduction of personnel and personal actions. Mr. Villarreal, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Board President Rangel, esteemed members of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Ramirez, Vice Presidents, faculty, staff, and distinguished guests. My name is Ruben Villarreal, Public Information Officer for Laredo College. Before we proceed with this evening's recognitions and introductions, we begin with a moment of reflection and remembrance with agenda item 4A, a tribute to Mrs. Caroline Schmies. And at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Benita Ramirez, President of Laredo College, to offer remarks.
Thank you, Ruben. Mr. Chair, trustees, and honored guests. Before we proceed, I would like to take a brief moment to honor the life and legacy of Carolyn Schmies, a beloved former Laredo College administrator and longtime member of our college community. Carolyn served Laredo College for 12 years, most notably as Dean of the South Campus, where she worked tirelessly to create a welcoming student environment grounded in dignity, compassion, and hope. She deeply believed in the institution's mission and the transformative power of education. Her leadership, kindness, and unwavering commitment left a lasting imprint on our students, faculty, and staff. On behalf of Laredo College, we sent flowers to the family and were represented at her funeral well. I had the honor of speaking on behalf of Laredo College, reflecting on her service, her faith, and her enduring love for this institution. In recognition of Carolyn's legacy, I'm pleased to share that Laredo College will be dedicating a commemorative bench in her name on this West Campus, adjacent to the bench honoring her daughter, which she placed many years ago. We plan to formally dedicate this bench in the fall and will invite her husband Ken and her family to join us in her remembrance. Carolyn Schmies exemplified what it means to lead with heart, to serve with purpose, and to leave a legacy that continues to inspire. She is deeply missed, and her contributions to Laredo College will never be forgotten. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ramirez, for those kind words. Mr. Villarreal.
Thank you, Dr. Ramirez. Now it is my privilege to highlight recent recognitions and to formally introduce personnel updates that represent Laredo College's ongoing commitment to excellence. We move on to agenda item 4B, building the Texas Broadband Workforce Program. Laredo College's continuing education department has been awarded $2.2 million by the state of Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts Broadband Development Office to support the Building the Texas Broadband Workforce Program. Laredo College is one of only 7 organizations statewide selected to receive this award, which will provide tuition-free training opportunities for an estimated 2,800 Texans in the installation, maintenance, and repair of fiber-based broadband networks. I draw your attention to the graphic that is on the screen. There you will see that we are one of the 7 recipients awarded throughout the state. Through this funding, Laredo College will launch the Broadband Fiber Optic Technician Training Program to prepare 150 individuals for high-demand careers in broadband deployment. The program will offer hands-on training aligned with Fiber Optic Association certification standards and connect participants to apprenticeships and employment opportunities with local internet service providers. This 4-year initiative will strengthen the broadband workforce in South Texas, ensuring communities are equipped to meet the growing demands of the industry. It also supports the college's mission by providing students with industry-recognized training that leads directly to employment, enhances economic mobility, and contributes to the region's technological growth. This award was made possible through the efforts of Ms. Brenda Martinez, Dean Sandra Cortez, and Ms. Susana Carrion. Mr. President, did you want to take a picture with him now?
If you want, let's do both, and
Okay.
then we'll do it in separate, so that way we just do one to Mr. Riera.
And four, we move on to agenda item 4C, introduction of personnel and personnel actions. We begin with our new hires. If you all can stand up as I say your name, and then once we're done, we try to organize this as best we can. And then when we're done, everybody comes to the front for pictures, okay? So again, we start with new hires. Delaney A. Achoy, enrollment coach. Erica Boteo, career development coordinator. Christina D. Duarte, Workforce Development Coordinator in Health Careers. Priscilla V. Flores, Staff Assistant Development. Ricardo Jalomo, Plumber Technician. Valeria Juarez Peña, Academic Intervention Specialist. Gerardo Medrano, Patrol Officer. Jose E. Ortiz, Enrollment Coach. Ricardo Perez, Electrical Technical Instructor. Dr. Ramiro Rodriguez, Physical Therapist Assistant Instructor, Program Lead. Adriana A. Ruiz, Academic Advisor. Joseph P. Trevino, Patrol Officer. And we do have two promotions. Guadalupe Castillo, Lead Instructional Design Specialist. And we have Rosa H. Rios, Library Systems and Digital Access Coordinator. Congratulations to all of you. Now at this time, if we can have,
If we could go to the front so we could take a picture, everybody. Thank you.
congratulations. Now we'll take a picture with the building the Texas Broadband Network. Again, congratulations. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations to the new staff and congratulations to our team for that workforce program. Thank you so much. Make us proud. Thank you. Mr. Valentin Ruiz, are you ready now? Okay, Ms. Leandro, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, can you hold, let Ms.
Valentin
Leandro?
Ruiz.
Yeah, hold on. Ready? Go ahead, Mr. Ruiz.
Valentin Ruiz for the record. Thank you, board members, community. For over 25 years, the public, families, alumni, educators, JRT special education students, and community volunteers have responsibly used the riverfront property at Laredo College, formerly Laredo Community College, and Laredo State University. I personally brought students of all ages to the Paso El Indio Nature Trail and the Environmental Science Center for cleanups, environmental education, bird watching, and learning of our local flora and fauna. The public did not just use this space, we built it, we restored it, and we protected it. This same area is also a historic crossing point used by my ancestors and others long before the 1755, before the founding of Laredo, before modern borders. Our connection to this land predates every institution represented here today. We are now being told public access may be denied due to Border Patrol and military maneuvers. What military maneuvers? I have personally witnessed Border Patrol and even the State Guard asleep in their vehicles. Let me be absolutely clear. We are not anti-border security. As a veteran, I understand security, coordination, and operational boundaries. But for decades, Border Patrol and military activities coexisted with public access without incident. The public did not interfere. If anything, the record shows damage to community maintained trails from vehicles and maneuvers, not the other way around. Closing public access raises serious concern. This land is publicly funded, maintained through taxpayer dollars, and historically treated as a shared educational and environmental space. If access is removed, then a fair question must be asked. Will our taxes be reduced to reflect the loss of public use? Because denying access while continuing to collect full public funding is best inequitable and at worst a misuse of public trust. Public institutions have a legal and ethical obligation to serve the public interest, not quietly surrender public space to permanent or semi-permanent militarization without transparency, due process, or community input. Environmental education, historical preservation, and public access are not liabilities. They are core missions of an institution of higher learning. Laredo College has a choice to stand with its community, its veterans, its students, its alumni, and its history, or deny access to people who have responsibly used and protected this land for generations.
Thank you. Your 2
Thank you,
minutes
Mr.
are up.
Ruiz.
10 seconds at the
10
most.
seconds.
We ask for continued public access, meaningful collaboration, and accountability, not exclusion. And we ask that you don't allow the president to sign any MOUs
Thank you, sir.
until it's properly vetted. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ruiz. We're going to continue moving with item number 5, Laredo College Student Government Association report with Ms. Ballesteros. Go ahead, ma'am.
Good evening, board members and audience. I'm just going to give a student body update really quickly. My name is Lindsay Nini Ballesteros, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as the student body president here at Laredo College. So in December, we had our tree lighting ceremony, and SGA went ahead and had a ornament decoration table for the community. So kids got to decorate ornaments and with their families, and they got to take them home and put them on their trees. Moving on, we had our very first generation ceremony that was very successful. We went ahead and honored over 150 students that were able to be courted by their loved ones, and they were able to choose their loved ones, whether it was their mom, their dad, their sister, or their guardian. Oh, one more thing. We also plan to keep the first generation going per semester so that the students who graduate in the spring get the same experience as the students who graduate in the fall. This last month, we had our SGA retreat, which we invited students to come in, being that half of our organization graduated in the fall. So we had lots of vacancies open. So we had a retreat held, and it was very nice. It was on January 8th. We got to meet a lot of new members and a lot of new students, and we got to talk about our collaboration for Welcome Week with the Office of Student Life. So that's my next topic. We had Nacho Typical SGA, where we gave nachos to every student here on campus, in both campuses in the South and here in Fort McIntosh. We also reached out with the Office of Student Life in regards to the students' attendance during Welcome Week. And we have a list. We received a list, and we'll be sending those student surveys on concerns, interests, or feedback for future events, as well as that event, as well as both institutions. We also had our very first official meeting of the year where we were able to swear in 2 new senators, Regina Apac and Adani Duarte, as well as one of our senators moving up her positions, which was Carla Salas, and she is now our Senator pro tempore. Coming up, we have the big event, which SGA members will be participating as both team leaders as well as volunteers. We also have the WBCA parades, which SGA will also be in attendance to both. We also have the Hearts to Hooves event. For those of you who might be unsure of what it is, it's basically a Valentine's event that the school hosts here from the Office of Student Life. So SGA will be partnering up with the Office of Student Life as well for both campuses. We also are working on recruitment tables to recruit new students. So if you guys know of any students who are interested in student government, please send them our way. We have lots of vacancies available, and we just approved our judicial branch. As well as FunFest coming up, SGA has also partnered up with the Office of Student Life to be able to help organize the event as well as run it. So we'll be helping them with the ticket booths, the inflatables, the organization booths, and things like that. Thank you so much for your time. Do you have any questions?
Any questions? No? No, Ms. Ballesteros. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
so
hard
much.
work.
Have a great evening.
Likewise. We are going to move on with item number 6, board reports. 6A, Program and Policy Committee report by Chair Ms. Jackie Levin Ramos. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Our Program and Policy Committee meeting took place on Monday, February the 2nd, and in attendance was myself, Ms. Vela, and Ms. Newsom, and administration was in attendance. Dr. David Arezola provided the presentation on the TASB Board Policy Update 50, review updated legal policies, and to act on local policies. Dr. Arezola provided a detailed presentation on the various policies being considered. Those policies in focus include the following: board governance and authority, aligning the governance structure with Senate Bill 37, and strengthening governance clarity and preserving the board's proper role. Facilities, technology, and security was another policy, implementing private space requirements under Senate Bill 8, and ensuring legal compliance while preserving administrative flexibility. Employee rights, conduct, and employment, centralizing grievance, discipline, and hiring authority as required by Senate Bill 37, creating consistency, due process, and reduced legal exposure. Academic affairs and curriculum oversight, meeting the requirement of the 5-year general education reviews, coming again from Senate Bill 37, and strengthening academic oversight without interfering in day-to-day instruction. And finally, students, public, and community engagement policies, aligning the student, employee, and community expression standards and clarifying rights while ensuring orderly and lawful campus operations. Our committee is bringing this policy update modification to the board for approval in consent agenda. And in addition, our committee also discussed the modifications to Laredo College Board Policy, BDB local board meetings, public participation, focusing on best practices for streamlined board meetings, and the extension of time allotted for the posting of board meetings from state law. The committee considered this modification, and based on the committee discussions, this policy will be presented to the board for consideration. At this point in time, at the end of my presentation, I'd like to make a motion to defer 8K, approval of modifications to Laredo College Board Policy, BDB local board meetings, public participation for further review and discussion of requested data. This is my motion, and I look forward to hearing a second.
There is a motion by Ms. Ramos,
And I will second it.
and there's a second by Ms. Vela to defer. All in favor? Mr. Mayor?
I recommend that you move up 8K, because
Okay.
right now you're on the board. And then once you move that up with a motion, then you can make a separate motion.
Okay.
To defer it to a later date.
Is there a motion to move up 8K?
So move.
There's a motion by Ms. Ramos.
I'll second.
There's a second by Ms. Vela. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion passes. Go ahead, Ms. Ramos.
I restate my motion to defer 8K for further review and discussion of requested data.
Okay, there's a motion by Ms. Vela, Ms. Ramos,
I second it.
second by Ms. Vela. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? No? Motion passes. Thank you. Thank you for the report, Ms. Ramos. Going back to 6B, Student Success Committee report by Chair Ms. Erica Benavides Garcia. Ma'am?
Good evening. We had our Student Success Committee meeting on Tuesday at noon, and all committee members were present. Myself, Ms. Jackie Levin Ramos, Ms. Cindy Liendo, Ms. Lizzie Newsom, and Mr. Esteban Rangel, which joined us. We had an enrollment report update by Dr. Ariazola. Our enrollment went up 5.5% from 10,974 students last year in spring to 11,575, which is 600 plus students. And our goal was to go up 5%. We went up 5.5%. So we did very well. Presently, we have over 6,500 students in the dual program, over 4,300 students in the regular program, and we had 675 students enrolled in winter master. And that encompasses the 11,575. Next, we had registration. Registration for the second 8 weeks is still underway. Also, enrollment management services will be public at the Fun Fest so that we can encourage enrollment, right? A total of financial aid awarded this year is a little over $15 million. The continuing ed numbers also increased Q1 last year, 566 students. And this year in Q1, we had over 1,000 students. We did discuss some about dual credits and with the different school districts. And we asked for the agreements between Laredo College and the school districts, and we got that, and so everything.
The MOUs.
I'm sorry?
The MOUs.
Oh, yes, and the MOUs between the schools and our college. And the MOUs are the same, and we will be receiving a copy of that. We already have a copy of the dual agreement, right? Okay, then we moved on. Laredo College students out of town traveled to Spain, and that was presented by Dr. Marisela Rodriguez, Dr. Guerrero, and Blanca Cubriel. The destination they will be going to Spain. They will be visiting Madrid, Malaga, Cordoba, Granada, and Seville. The dates of the program are May the 12th through the 22nd of this year. 12 students will be traveling with 2 program leaders and a couple of other staff. The cost per student is $4,800, and they will receive some financial aid as well as they are fundraising as well. The academic course covered is HRPO 1493. They do have pre-travel readings and research to do before they go. The activities they're going to have abroad are going to be instructional sessions, guest lectures, company visits, data collection, and cultural excursions. They will have a post-trip meeting with reflection, portfolio, and a final project. We did ask at our meeting that they do present to the board when they come back from their trip, and they will be doing that as well. And that's it for the student meetings.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. We're going to continue with 6C, Building Committee Meeting Report. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Newsom.
I just wanted some clarification. Thank you, Ms. Benavides, for the report. That we had received copies, or that we will be receiving copies of the MOU, but Dr. Sola was very helpful in that he said that they were on the website at the very bottom. I just want to make it, clear that I don't know if those are the most recent ones, because like the one from UISD was signed, I think, in 2022. So there might be a more recent one. So I'm just going to ask once again, it's just better that we receive it like at this point, yeah, because that's 4 years old or so. That's what I wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Newsom. Continuing with 6C, Building Committee Report by the Chair, Ms. Cindy Liendo.
Thank you, Mr. Rangel. The Building Committee meeting was held on Wednesday, February 4th. Board members in attendance were Ms. Tita Vela, Ms. Adriana Alexander, Judge Mercurio Martinez, Board President Esteban Rangel, and myself. Mr. Cesar Vela and Mr. Albert Chavez presented on the construction and technology updates currently in progress. Some of the highlights showed that the environmental renovation project has been completed, and they're currently working on the punch list items. The total cost of that project was $5.1 million. The Arechiga facility interior and exterior renovation project is also completed, and we are also currently working on the punch list items, and that project came out to $3.2 million. And this is going to be where we're going to have the new advising center, so we're really looking forward to that. The sewer line replacement at Fort McIntosh as well is completed, and that came in at a total of $187,400. Some other projects currently in progress are the LED lighting upgrades at Fort McIntosh, chiller replacements, cooling tower replacements, central plant energy management control upgrades, central plant cooling tower meters, the guardhouse renovation project, which is the LC Veteran Center, and the Laird Hall roof restoration, all that at Fort McIntosh. At the LC South Campus, we are also currently working on the physical plant storage warehouse, chiller replacements, cooling tower replacements, central plant energy management control upgrades, and the central plant cooling tower meters. So there's a lot of work that's being done right now, and I encourage everybody to go on to our YouTube page so that you could see the meeting in its entirety, and you could find that at youtube.com/@Laredo Palominos. Also at that meeting, we saw the rendering of the building plaque for the Raquel Gonzalez Automotive Technology Center auto body and diesel shop expansion, and it looked really good, and the committee is recommending approval. And that's about it.
Thank you, Ms. Liendo. Last report, 16, Finance and Audit Committee Report by Chair, Ms. Ernestina Tita Vela.
Yes, we had our meeting also on Wednesday, February 4th at noon, and it was a very successful, I think it was a very good meeting. We started off with a summary of the annual audit, the audit that goes on, and we found, or they found, no weaknesses, which is very good news, and no deficits. And we're in compliance in pretty much everything there. There's one area where we need to work on, and it's nothing that was done intentional, but because we are now, we now have 8-week programs, our classes, instead of the 16-week. We have to modify that so that the reports can come in at different times. Before we had to do it for the 16-week, and now we've got to redo everything for that. That was one area that is being worked on right now. We went in and we had they talked about the tax collection, and our tax collection to date is 0.5%, which is pretty good, and that's pretty much where we normally are at this particular time. They hope, and I know we will, reach what we've always had, which is about 98%, 99% tax collecting. So that's good. We also had a report on the learning, the learning, engaging in academic support through and it's called the LEAD program. And we got some matching funds to continue this program for, I think we got $50,000, and then we match it with another 50. We also got another endowment or another matching fund from the Carl E. Summers Jr. And that one is, we've done this on an annual basis. And I think up to now, am I correct to say it was 250,000 that we've gotten from them? And it's pretty much, that one is pretty much for the nursing department, which we all know it's extremely important for this particular area. The next thing that we discussed was the renewal of a software for fundraising. And I've got to commend that department because our fundraising has been excellent. I don't think we've ever raised this amount of money that we have. So that's, again, very good. We discussed the purchasing of microscopes for our natural science department. And I think the one that I thought was most interesting is we discussed an approval for a workforce external lab project. And this particular project is going to be on campus at, I think, northeast, back behind the MFA. And it's going to be an open air type thing. And all of our construction management students, our welding students, our air conditioned, HVAC, everything will be able to work in this particular area and practice what they're going to do for the rest of their lives once they start working. I think that's going to be a really awesome thing for us to have. And believe it or not, it's all open air. So the problem here will be the summer when it gets hot. We also discussed the submission of grants. And one of the grants, I know that we've gotten it before, and it's a $25,000 grant. And I think we didn't get it last year, but we're trying to get it this year. Hopefully we will. And that's one of two. There's another grant that's out. And the other grant is for the police department. And y'all know that we can't have enough equipment for our policemen. We need to make sure that we're ready for that. Basically, that's all we discussed. Any questions?
Thank you, Ms. Vela. Any questions, anybody? No? I want to thank Ms. Ramos, Ms. Garcia, Ms. Leando, and Ms. Vela for chairing these committees. A lot of the items that they discussed will be approved, hopefully, in consent agenda. So we just got the report for that. Item number 7, informational item. 7A, report on the Texas President and Trustee Collaboration Meeting that we went, and Ms. Liendo, myself, Ms. Garcia, and Dr. Ramirez. And I'm going to defer to Ms. Liendo to give a little report. Just understand for the board and for the public, this is for the Aspen process that we're going. We are going to continue to do updates. And just to let you know, there will be some trainings that will be required for all board members to attend. So hopefully once that is, we get the dates and everything, Ms. Bocanegra will go ahead and send an email on that. Ms. Leando, go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. Board President Esteban Rangel, Board Member Erica Garcia, Dr. Ramirez, and myself attended the Texas Presidents and Trustees Collaborative on December 5th, 2025, to discuss Aspen's trustee framework, which outlines ways trustees can drive institutional change, ensuring board understanding of reform needs and strategies, setting and monitoring student success goals, aligning policies and budgets with reform, and connecting CEO evaluations to student success. During the breakout sessions, we identified the advising department as an area where improvements could be made to have the greatest impact. Ideas were floated about restructuring the process to ensure maximum benefits for our students. Dr. Ramirez is already working on a plan to make the improvements. We left the session with a great sense of direction and inspiration to continue to better serve our students and ensure their ultimate success.
Thank you, Ms. Liendo. So yes, thank you for that report. 7B, report on the Texas Higher Education Collaboration Board, Edge 2025 conference that myself, Ms. Bella, Ms. Liendo, Ms. Garcia, Ms. Alexander attended. Pretty much this is a conference that we have to go by law to get certification. So we went ahead and we did that. We went and we all got certified, submitted our paperwork to Ms. Bocanegra, and we are in compliance. If any of the other board members want to say anything that attended? No? Okay, then we're good. Thank you. I'm going to go with 7C, Laredo College and U.S. Government Real Property Lease Agreement with Dr. Ramirez.
Thank you, sir. And trustees, Laredo College has entered, this is an information item. Laredo College has entered into a 8-month property lease agreement with the United States government for the 6 casitas in the back. As allowed by board policy CLA, appropriations and revenue sources, sale, trade, or lease of college-owned property. I was authorized to meet with them when they arrived here last March. They still own property within the college campus. And so that facility is obviously not large enough to sustain all of them. They're using the 6 casitas as, we call them the casitas, as office space. So they're here during the day. And then, and that's the lease. It's an 8-month lease. And for now, the contract allows for, I can explain to you. It's P129, 136, 137, 140, 141, and 142. And the lease goes into effect, or was in effect, December 1st of December 2025 through July 30th of 2026 for a total of $91,893. That's about $11,486 per month. And so they're here. It's the New York National Guard. They're here on orders of the president, and so they're here to support the Border Patrol's mission. We meet with them once a month, and to find out, or try to find out what's going on. They have been, some of them are taking classes. Some of them are, they eat lunch here in the cafeteria, but as far as their day-to-day operations, we don't really know. And so we encourage people to come out here. It is part of, they don't drive through campus. The equipment they brought in, they drove in through the back to get onto their property, and through the River Road. But the full access to the River Road is there for the community to continue to use. We do have plans, as you all know, and Ms. Liendo reported, the Environmental Center is moving forward. They have been volunteering to help us restore some of the things within the Environmental Center. They are volunteering at most of our events and are going to help us with the cleanup of El Paso del Indio as well. And so to wrap up, it's a lease for 8 months.
Okay, is there any questions or comments? The chair recognizes Ms. Newsom.
Yes, I just wanted to get clarification on the dates. Can you repeat that, Dr.?
December 1st, 2025 And it's going to go through July 30th of 2026.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a typo on
Yes.
the agenda.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Any other questions?
Just one more thing. So,
Ms. Newsom?
where it says budgetary considerations, can you maybe give me a little bit more than none?
What they're paying, so the government pays by square foot. So they asked us to include utilities and maintenance. And so that includes all of the exterior of each facility. We pay for electricity, water, and so we cut the grass, the normal stuff that we do. And we came up with a square foot price based on what we pay in utility per facility. And so we worked with, Mr. Bella and myself worked with the real property management of the federal government. And so the agreement was made. We signed it in December and they were already here. And so, and they needed a place to office. And they requested space on campus, which we did not have available, and so we made that available to them as they were, and they accepted them, and so they took them.
Ms. Newsom, any other questions, ma'am? No? No? Any other questions, anybody, any other board member?
The funding that the resources that we're getting from that, what are we going to use them for? They all are in dire need of repairs, so we're going to reinvest the money into the maintenance and operations of those facilities.
All right, thank you. Moving on, 7D, Foreign Trade Zone Designation Request, Dr. Ramirez.
Yes, this month we have two requests from American Export Services, Inc. and Junavant Logistics Group, LLC. And both of those have been signed and submitted to the city.
Okay, any questions, board members? No? Thank you. Let's 7E, notification of employee compensation during closure due to inclement weather as per Laredo College Policy, DEA Local Compensation and Benefits Compensation Plan. Dr. Ramirez.
For information only, in accordance with Laredo College Policy DEA Local, the board authorizes the college president or designee with board notification to pay employees during an emergency closure when work days are not scheduled to be made up at a later date. An emergency closure, a delay 2-hour late start occurred on January 26th and January 27th respectively. And so the notification is to let you know that both of those days we came in at 10 o'clock. And that's it.
Any questions, comments, board members? No? I do know, I just want to make a note on this one that also both school districts did the same thing. So it took a ripple effect on pretty much the college as well. So speaking of Dr. Ramirez, we approved that. So 7F, Southern Association of Colleges and School Commissions and Colleges 5th Year Internal Review, Referral Report Update, Dr. Ariasola.
Good evening, members of the board. David Arzola, Vice President of Student Success and Compliance for the record. Kind of put this presentation in context. Every 10 years, our accreditors, the SAC-COC, asks us to submit a full review of the institution. We last did that in 2020, and we're at our halfway point. So at the halfway point, SAC-COC asks us to submit an update on how we're doing on certain things. So they asked for responses to 22 standards that include anywhere from physical facilities to financial resources, to student services, sufficiency of faculty, assessment, and so on. So it still covers every part of the college and all the major parts. That's what that slide says. Look, when we submit this report, I guess the best way I can describe it is the way our Sac COC Vice President describes it. We get kind of two bites at the apple is how he describes it, right? So the first bite of the apple is when we submit the first report on September 15th. They'll come back, give us some feedback, and then we get a second bite at the apple April 1st when we have to submit a follow-up, right? So if you look at our timeline here, this is the way they organize it. But part 1, 2, 3, and 5 are all due September 15th, which we've already submitted, and it's already been reviewed. So the good news is that they have asked for additional information on a couple of standards, but only on 2 of the standards, and very minor things. They wanted copies of self-studies in one case. They wanted an explanation on oversight for overloads in another case. Both easy to handle items, right? So we'll be preparing the part 4 of this to be submitted April 1st. During the next coming months, and we should be able to, we'll probably have it ready by the end of March, but it's due April 1st. The end of March is April 1st. The other good thing to report is part 5 is the QEP impact report. That's a big part of the 5th year. So the QEP impact report was reviewed by the committee, and not only was it approved, but it has been recommended for recognition. So they're going to take a second look at that and see if it'll be given an additional award. So we're very proud of our QEP impact report and the team that, I'm not sure they're here. So Dr. Martinez, Dr. Celinda Martinez too, Lisa Achar, and Ms. Linda Gomez, and Ms. Andrea Lopez. So a good team that wrote that, and we're very happy to report that we might. This is the first time they're doing recognitions for QEP impact reports, so we might be in that first group of institutions that get that. So fingers crossed. That might be. So overall, we consider this a very successful initial submission of the 5th year interim report. As in our conversation with Dr. Klein last week, he did tell us that more than half of the institutions that undergo this first review have 4 or more recommendations to look at. We only had 2, and 2 very minor ones. So we're very happy as a team and very grateful to everybody who contributed to this report over the last year or so.
Thank you, Dr. Rasola, and I want to thank the staff that participated in this. And I know this is something very, very important for our institution, and I'm very happy that it's in good hands. So thank you so much for the hard work, sir. I know that you guys stay hours and hours after the regular working hours just to finish this report. So I want to go ahead and congratulate you and your staff, Dr. Ramirez. So thank you so much for the work that you do on this. Any other questions or comments by the board members? Chair recognizes Ms. Ramos.
Dr. Arrezola, can you just kind of sort of like help us to remember that it's 10 years? And what is the purpose of Sac COC, just for the record, so that we can
in a nutshell, Sac COC accredits the institution, and the biggest thing, well, let me pick up. So with their accreditation, we're allowed to offer courses that, credits for transfer. So because our institution is accredited, any course that a student takes here can be transferred to anywhere else in the country. And the biggest thing is if we're accredited by Sac COC, we're allowed to give financial aid. And that is, 80% of our students are on financial aid, and without that, we would be in some trouble. So
and it's every 10 years?
So every 10 years, we do a full review of the institution, overall close to 90 standards that we submit reports for. But in the middle, at the 5th year mark, we submit I don't like to call it a mini report, it's a full report of 22 of the 84 standards.
Yes.
So still a bit of an undertaking, but we were able to get most of it done.
It's an ongoing process, and I really
Always.
appreciate all the work
Oh,
that
he
has
said,
been
and
done.
you know, I know my team doesn't like for me to remind them, but when I went back and looked at what we did at the decennial, we submitted that in 2018. So 10 years later is 2028. So it's already time to start working on the 10th year.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Any other questions or comments by board members? No? Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Rasola.
I'd like to make a motion to approve consent agenda items 8A, 8B, 8C, 8D, 8E, 8F, 8G, 8H, 8I, and 8J.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Liendo. There's a second by Ms. Ramos. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion passes. Thank you. Discussion and possible action. We're going to start off with 9A, FY 2025 audit annual financial report by Mr. Vela.
Good evening, Board President, Mr. Angel, board members, Dr. Ramirez. Cesar Vela, VP of Finance and Administration for the record. Included with your board package, you received a copy of the annual financial report. This report includes the finances of the college for fiscal year 2025. It also includes the auditor's report on the financial report, as well as their report on compliance with federal and state programs. You should have also received a copy of the audit communication letter. This letter addresses some items that need attention from management, and also includes some of the recommendations from the auditors. At this point, we do have Mr. Eli Mendoza from Garza Gonzalez and Associates, certified public accountants. He is the lead auditor for the college. At this point, I would like to ask him to join me so that he can provide a quick update on the report.
Can you just
Thank you,
give us
Mr. Vela.
a summary of the report of your findings or anything like that, sir, please?
Yes. Good evening, Board of Trustees and President. My name is Eli Mendoza, a partner with the firm of Garza Gonzalez and Associates. We're your independent auditors. And I'm pleased to come before you to give you a brief summary of the results of the audit. We did present a more detailed report to the committee, as was already covered by the committee chair. And so I'm gonna just go really fast through the slides and give you some highlights of what was already discussed. And included in this report, it's about 120 pages, are 3 different letters or reports that we're required to issue as your independent certified public accountants. And the first report has to do with our opinion on the financial statements. And I'm pleased to report to you that we are rendering an unmodified opinion on the financial statements, meaning that you can, the public can rely on the fairness of those numbers. And then in addition to that, the number 2 report is a report on internal control over financial reporting and non-compliance in accordance with governmental auditing standards. We're required to issue this report since you do receive substantial federal financial assistance. And I think you received approximately 33 million of federal financial assistance and about 3 million of state assistance. And that report indicates that we had no material weaknesses in internal controls that we identified, no significant deficiencies, and no material non-compliance that is required to be reported to the financial statements. The third report is a report on compliance over each major program and on internal controls over that compliance in accordance with the uniform guidance. The uniform guidance are the rules that we're given as auditors to look at in auditing the federal programs. And so the college expended, as I already mentioned, a significant amount of funds. We're pleased to report to you that we are issuing a modified opinion, which is also a clean opinion. We did not have any material weaknesses. We had one significant deficiency, and we had question cost, no question cost at all. So there's no funds that are required to be returned to the funding source. The one area that we had an issue with was on some special requirements, a very technical area, and we had to do with reporting of enrollment to the NSLDS, the National Student Loan Data System. And we made some recommendations, and management has already taken steps to take corrective action. In the committee, Mr. Aguilar from the Office of Financial Aid gave a detailed report on the steps that were taken. And as I mentioned before, I haven't mentioned, but the big program that we audited was the Student Financial Assistance Cluster, which was about 27 million out of those 33 million. And you do qualify as a low-risk auditee, meaning that you have not had material weaknesses or question cost in the previous years. And this gives you a brief highlight of the fund balance, or we like to more technically name net position. So it's 152.7 million, an increase of almost 26 million compared to last year. And you have some numbers there that give you a little bit more breakdown on the presentation. The highlights, some of the highlights, you did have an increase on the FAST funding, which is the dual enrollment funding that you received, and also some other increases in your different areas of the fund, of the net position. The other letter, apart from this, the reports that are included in this report, is the audit communication letter. That's where we communicate areas that need areas of improvement or recommendations for improvement. And the other communication that we're required to have with you as a board. And again, these are just some of the highlights. There's no difficulties we encounter in performing the audit, disagreements with management. We did have a few areas that we recommended adjustments on the books, and also a couple of areas that need improvements on the capital asset reconciliations, and also on the right to use, lease, and SVITA agreements. Those are contracts that are required now to be included on the balance sheet of your financial statements. And those are recently issued standards, and it's quite challenging to come up with that information. So we're making some recommendations, and management has agreed to work on that. So that concludes my presentation. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to
Thank you,
entertain
Mr.
those.
Mendoza. Is there any questions by any board members? No? That was a report that Ms. Vela went ahead and recommended approval. So can I hear a motion to approve? Ms. Vela motions to approve. Second by Ms. Alexander and Ms. Garcia. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? No. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you so
Mendoza.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
9B, approval of revision to the 26-27 Laredo College academic calendar. Dr. De Azola.
Good evening again, members of the board. David Arazola, Vice President of Student Success and Compliance. For the record, in November, Ms. Jessica Trevino brought for board approval the academic calendar for 26-27, 27-28, and 28-29, I believe. Which Ms. Trevino's not here, by the way, she's happy at home, bonding with her new baby. So, I'm Jessica, you're one. But we subsequently met with the school district partners, LISD and UISD, and we did notice that there was a misalignment in 1 week of our calendar. So we're bringing this back only for the 26-27 academic year, which is next year. Right? And it's in spring break, we're going to have to adjust our spring break from March 15 through 19, 2027 to March 8 through 12, 2027. And that will align our academic calendar with our school district's partners calendar.
For next year.
because in those meetings that we have with them, there are all the other school partners are there, so we're all in alignment. So we needed to bring this back to the board for approval again, so that we could all be have the same spring break.
I'd like to make a motion
Okay.
to approve the revision to the 2026,
There's a motion
2027
by
academic
Ms.
calendar.
Liendo.
I'll second it.
There's a second by Ms. Garcia and Ms. Vela. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Azuela. 9C, tenure recommendation for consideration and approval by Laredo College Board of Trustees, Dr. Rodriguez Tijerina.
Marisol Rodriguez Tijerina, Provost Vice President of Academic Affairs. Good evening, board members, Dr. Minita, Rusty, and all my colleagues here. This is the fun part of my position where I get to bring forward or introduce our tenure recommendations. These three individuals have worked incredibly hard for the last 5 years to prove their tenureship. And in these times, I like to always give a short bio of who they are, so that way we as a community know who they are. So I'm going to ask each one individually to stand up next to me as I present. So the first one is Brian De Jesus, is an assistant professor of biology at Laredo College, where he teaches anatomy and physiology, microbiology, nutrition, and biology for majors, while actively developing open educational resources and integrating instructional technologies to enhance student learning. In addition to the classroom instruction, he serves as an assessment coordinator for the Natural Science Department, leading data analysis and strategy development to improve student retention and success. His professional background includes service as a microbiologist with the City of Laredo Health Department during the COVID-19 pandemic, bringing valuable laboratory and public health experience to the academic environment. So ladies and gentlemen, Brian De Jesus. Next, we have Dr. Dashun Lee. He's an assistant professor of engineering at Laredo College with a PhD in petroleum engineering, master's degree in health physics, and a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering. He brings extensive international academic and industry experience spanning the United States, Asia, the Middle East, and Europe, and has held engineering roles with major engineering companies, as well as university teaching appointments worldwide. Dr. Lee teaches a wide range of engineering, physics, and technology courses, contributes actively to faculty committees and student outreach, and has an extensive record of scholarly publications and professional presentations. His multidisciplinary expertise and global perspective enrich the learning environment and support student success in STEM disciplines. And I failed to say that he's an excellent dancer too at our events. So Dr. Lee. And last but certainly not least, Ms. Jessica Rodriguez serves as an assistant professor of the radiologic technology and program lead at Laredo College, providing both classroom and clinical instruction in radiography and imaging sciences. She holds degrees and certifications in radiologic sciences and magnetic resonance imaging, and brings over 2 decades of professional clinical experience in X-ray and MRI from local medical centers. At Laredo College, she teaches a comprehensive range of radiologic imaging and clinical practicum courses, ensuring students gain both theoretical knowledge and hands-on technical skills. Her combined expertise in healthcare practice and education supports high-quality training and workforce readiness for students entering the medical imaging profession.
I just want to congratulate Mr. De Jesus, Dr. Lee, and Ms. Rodriguez. Congratulations on this. Yes. Is there any comments by Ms. Ramos?
I would like to make a motion, sir, and for the record, my motion would read as follows: to accept the tenure recommendations for consideration and approval of the following individuals: Brian J. De Jesus, Assistant Professor of Biology; Dr. Lee, Assistant Professor of Engineering, and Jessica Rodriguez, Assistant Professor of Radiological Technology by the Board of Trustees, I'm sorry.
There's a motion by Ms. Ramos.
I'll second.
There's a second by, well, there's a second by pretty much everybody. So, anybody against? No? Motion passes. Yeah.
This may be a little out of order, but I think it would be fitting
Let's
for
take
you
a
all to
picture.
take a picture with them.
Yes.
Please. Will you all join us at the front, the three of you? I know Dr. Lee wants a picture.
Once again, thank you. And like Dr. Ramirez just told me right now, those are the type of employees that make us do what we do every day and help these kids. So congratulations to those three individuals. We're going to continue with 9D, approval resolution requesting that the Laredo College Board of Trustees approves the submission of a grant application by the Laredo College Grant Office to the State of Texas Office of the Governor, Public Safety Office for the 26-27 Edward Briney Memorial Fund Justice Assistance Grant, JAG, for a total of $25,000 in funding. Mr. Lozano.
Okay.
Yes, basically, it just needs to be read, I think.
Okay. Ms. Ramos, please read.
Thank you, sir. The resolution for this particular item agenda is whereas Laredo College finds it in the best interest of the citizens of Laredo and South Texas that the Laredo College Police Department participate in the State of Texas Criminal Justice Program, JAG, grant project in fiscal year 2026 to 2027. And whereas the Laredo College Board of Trustees approves the submission of a grant application by the Laredo College Grants Office in the amount of $25,000 to the State of Texas Office of the Governor, Public Safety Office under the 2026-2027 Edward Byrne Memorial Fund Justice Assistance Grant JAG Program. The application identifier is State of Texas E-Grants Application Number 5790601. Whereas grant funds will be utilized to purchase traffic safety enforcement equipment for the Laredo Police Department, including radar-equipped trailers, digital signs, and cloud-based software. These items will augment current speed enforcement and driver safety initiatives underway at Laredo College. Whereas Laredo College agrees to provide applicable matching funds when required for the said project, but no matching funds are required for this grant application as noted by program guidelines. Whereas Laredo College agrees that in the event of loss or misuse of the State of Texas Office of the Governor funds, Laredo College assures that the funds will be returned to the Office of the Governor in full. Whereas Laredo College designates Dr. Minita Ramirez president as the grantee's authorized official. The authorized official is given the power to apply for, accept, reject, alter, or terminate the grants on behalf of the applicant's agency. Whereas Laredo College designates Mr. Cesar Vela, Vice President of Finance and Administration, as the grantee's financial officer, FO, the financial officer is given the power to submit financial and/or programmatic reports or alter a grant on behalf of the applicant agency. Now therefore be it resolved that the Laredo College Board of Trustees approves the submission of a grant application for a total of $25,000 by the Laredo College Grants Office to the State of Texas, Office of the Governor, Public Safety Office for the 2026-2027 Criminal Justice JAG Grant. Duly resolved by the Board of Trustees of Laredo College on the 5th day of February of 2026. I make a motion to adopt this resolution.
There's a motion to adopt.
I'll second.
There's a second by Ms. Vela and Ms. Garcia. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? No? Motion passes. Thank you. We're moving on to 9E, approval of resolution requesting that the Laredo College Board of Trustees grant funding by the Laredo College Grant Office for the 26-27 Laredo College Police Department Operation Lone Star Program to the State of Texas, Office of the Governor, Public Safety Office. Mr. Lozano, same thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Ms. Ramos, go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Resolution states, whereas Laredo College finds it in the best interest of the citizens of Laredo and South Texas that the Laredo College Police Department requests grant funding under the State of Texas Operation Lone Star for the 2026-2027 fiscal year, and whereas the Laredo College Board of Trustees approves the submission of a grant application by the Laredo College Grants Office in the amount of $138,200 to the State of Texas Office of the Governor, Public Safety Office for the 2026-2027 Laredo College Police Department Operation Lone Star Program. Funding will be used for specialized law enforcement equipment, overtime, and fringe benefits for the LCPD officers working under Operation Lone Star. $138,200 for fiscal year 2026 to 2027 Operation Lone Star Grant Program, State of Texas E-Grants Application Number 5790801. Whereas Laredo College agrees to provide applicable matching funds when required for the said project, but no matching funds are required for this grant application as noted by the State of Texas guidelines. Whereas Laredo College agrees that in the event of loss or misuse of the State of Texas Office of the Governor funds, Laredo College assures that the funds will be returned to the Office of the Governor in full. Whereas Laredo College designates Dr. Minita Ramirez president as the grantee's authorized official. The authorized official is given the power to apply for, accept, reject, alter, or terminate the grants on behalf of the applicant agency. Whereas Laredo College designates Mr. Cesar Vela, Vice President of Finance and for Administration, as the grantee's financial officer, FO. The financial officer is given the power to submit financial and/or programmatic reports or alter a grant on behalf of the applicant agency. Now therefore be it resolved that the Laredo College Board of Trustees approves the submission of a grant application for a total of $138,200 in grant funding by the Laredo College Grants Office for the 2026-2027 Laredo College Police Department Equipment Enhancement Project to the State of Texas Office of the Governor, Public Safety Office. Duly resolved by the Board of Trustees of Laredo College on the 5th day of February 2026, I make a motion to adopt this resolution as stated.
There's a motion to adopt. I have a second by Ms. Alexander. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? No? Motion passes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Lozano, for your hard work. 9F, approval of board member travel and reimbursement
of reasonable travel expenses to the Illusion Live 2026 as per Laredo College Board Policy. BBG Local Board members conventions and expenses, and BBH Local Board members conventions, conferences, and workshops. I would like to say that this was something that we were asked by Illusion. Dr. Ramirez and myself presented last year with them in the ACCT conference. So with Ms. Ellen Mace, we went ahead and we were asked again to see if we would be able to attend. They are looking at a different perspective because of what we're doing with this system, and they're looking at as the board, the president of the college, because she was the one that initiated it. I know I took a bit of a part on helping on what we could do, and they also want to include Ms. Liendo because she brings a very different perspective, both as a board member but also as a student that deals with that program on a daily basis because she is currently a student with us. So they kind of want to get the perspective from Dr. Ramirez as the college president, myself as the board president, and Ms. Liendo as a trustee and as a student. So we're going to be able to, we had a Zoom meeting this week with the team of Illusion. It was myself, Ms. Liendo, and their team. We do plan to have 2 sessions that we will be included. And we're going to be having a couple more Zoom meetings before we take this conference. So I have asked Ms. Bocanegra to send an email with who, and just before that, Illusion is willing to pay for expenses, for travel and everything for Dr. Ramirez, myself, and Ms. Liendo. So that is something very good. So, but I did ask Ms. Bocanegra to ask the board members that would like to go, please send an email with confirmation. And she has, I believe, put a deadline to it so we could get the early bird special on this. So I encourage my board members, whoever would like to go, please submit your email to Ms. Bocanegra as soon as possible. Ms. Liendo, would you like to add anything based on our little Zoom meeting that we had?
Thank you. No, we're just really excited to be asked to be a part of this panel. It's going to give us an opportunity to share our experience with the Illusion software with the rest of the country, really. And so it's going to be a great conference. I encourage, of course, our fellow board members to go there to see us in action. And we hope that other colleges can learn from what we're doing.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Liendo. Chair recognizes Ms. Ramos.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also wanted to just explain why we had put the item on the agenda. Even though they are going to be covered for those participants, because those of us that want to go, it is not on the policy as it's stated right now, since this is a new conference. So we wanted to make sure that everybody gets the opportunity that if they're able to go, that we give each other, we give the permission from the board to be able to attend this. So yes, thank you, Ms. Bocanegra, for placing the item. We wanted to make sure that we seek the approval of everyone on the board for the participation in this event. And like I said, Mr. Nahel and Ms. Liendo are being covered by Illusion. So we are honored to, and Dr. Ramirez as well, that we are participating in a caliber of this, of this event, conference, because it gives us an opportunity to showcase what we're doing here in our community with others across the country. So thank you very much, and I do make a motion to approve the board member travel.
There is a motion by Ms. Ramos. There's a second by Ms. Liendo. I would like, before I call on the question, I would like to say, I also spoke to Dr. Ramirez about this. We are also taking a couple of staff members that deal with this program on a daily basis. So we will be also, in the audience would be our staff as well. So there's a motion, there's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? No? Motion passes. Thank you. Item 10,
President remarks and reports. 10A, campus police personnel and travel reports, Dr. Ramirez. And 10B, President remarks on recent happenings in the community by Dr. Ramirez. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, trustees. I appreciate it. We have had quite a remarkable start to the 2026 um, semester. We've had record-breaking enrollment. We've already dispersed this semester $15 million to our students in both philanthropy and state and federal funds, and so all of that money goes back into our economy. As far as the police, our campus police report, that is in your board book. Personnel, you met this evening. We have some wonderful people joining our family, and we're very excited to welcome them, and certainly our faculty members who have now joined the distinguished ranks of being tenured. From travel reports, we do have numerous faculty members and staff members attending state and national conferences right now. That's part of our professional development plan. We are encouraging faculty and staff to continue their own professional development. And so we've got quite a few people that are over the course of the next 6 or 8 months making plans to attend. And so we're very excited, many of them that are also on different agendas and schedules to present on behalf of Laredo College, and so we want to congratulate all of them. Our LC in-service that we held on January the 5th went extremely well. We featured a speaker called by the name of Dr. C. Edward Watson. He's the Vice President for Digital Innovation at American Association of Colleges and Universities, better known as ASCU, who spoke to the employees about AI. As you all know, we have a great deal of work to do as it relates to artificial intelligence, and it's changing constantly. And how we use the tools as part of our teaching mechanism on a daily basis is critical, and we want to make sure that all of us have the same exposure to the best and the latest information as it relates to AI. So we were really honored with him, and then he actually worked with our faculty and staff throughout the rest of the afternoon. So it turned out really great. We did have this last week. I'm losing track here. 2 very generous donations to the college. The first was the Texas Community Bank fund, which is for $1 million from Texas Community Bank to Laredo College, which was an unsolicited gift to Laredo College, and we're very honored by. We were honored by Mr. Douglas McDonald, who is CEO of Texas Community Bank, and certainly their board of trustees who awarded us that gift, and we're eternally grateful, and it will keep on giving, as half of that gift will go into an endowment that will exist for forever. And so thank yous are certainly in order, but more importantly, the gift that gives on giving, right? And secondly, I'm proud to announce that AEP Texas Foundation renewed their commitment to sponsor our LC Fun Fest for the next 2 years. So they were our sponsors last year, they're our sponsors this year, and they've already renewed their sponsorship for the next 2 years at $25,000 a year. So it's a $50,000 gift. And so that was also very much appreciated. We had our LC Empire dance team, the TEMU Cheer and Dance Showcase group performed at the TEMU Cheer and Dance Showcase on January the 18th, and they were extremely well received. They were so happy to get the opportunity to perform in public, and so we congratulate all of the participants in that group and their sponsor, Ms. Cristina Valenciano. On January 21st, I attended the Texas Association of Community Colleges quarterly CEOs board meeting. We discussed some of the interim legislative charges through this interim year in preparation for next year's legislative session. We've been given some interim legislative charges by the governor and the lieutenant governor and the speaker of the House. And so we're working on some of those in preparation for next year's legislative session. I am on the TAC Legislative Committee representing the 50 community colleges in Texas. And I'm also on the TAC Marketing Committee, appointed by the president of our organization and the CEO of TAC as well, Dr. Ray Martinez. And so it was a very productive meeting, and I think we can expect more legislation from the next legislative session in relation to higher education. And so we need to continue to be, I think, prepared and hypervigilant as to what's coming down as it relates to education. On January 22nd and 23rd, I, along with several of our staff members and our attorneys, attended the Texas Association of Community College Attorneys Annual Conference. Both Mr. Muir and Mr. Garcia and Dr. Ariazola and Raquel Peña, I'm trying to think, Veronica Garcia, Andrea Lopez, who am I missing? Oh, Veronica Cardenas. We all attended the training. It was a 2-day training, and it was on legislation that was passed in the last legislative session, and you all got an update, or that was the update 50. But we went through each one of those to try to make sure that we knew exactly how to implement procedurally what was intended in the last legislative session. And so that was a very long 2 days. January 26th, I attended the Judges Conference for Santos Vargas State Bar of Texas Presidents and State Bar Family Law Section Leadership Meeting. I was privileged to be there. Some of you were also there, so thank you all for joining us. And then on January 27th, the Laredo Chamber of Commerce Vision 2026 Conference, I participated on a panel. I was asked as a speaker for the downtown revitalization panel at the conference. There were 6 of us on the panel, and really how to explore opportunities for the college's future as it relates to the downtown. And the conversation was intense. It was very good, and I was honored to be asked to serve on that and to discuss some of the things that we're doing at Laredo College as it relates to the economic development of our community, and certainly the border and logistical programs that we have on campus. I did attend the Mayor Dr. Victor Trevino's State of the City address in representing Laredo College. And then Sunday, we had the UISD area and AHEC 9th annual UISD Wind Symphony in concert in honor to and celebration of all of our veterans here at the Guadalupe and Lilia Martinez Fine Arts Center. Mr. Carlos Gil, for those of you that know him, is a former band director, and he's been putting on this free concert for the community for 9 years. And for the last several years, since I've been here, we've been doing these concerts here. He does them twice a year. They're free and open to the public. All of the people who play are volunteers, some of which are on our faculty. Most of them are local musicians. They practice maybe 2 times, 3 times, and then they put on this amazing concert. And all of the veterans showed up. It was really a nice effort. I do want to thank our staff at the MFA, Cristina Valenciano and her team, Dr. Ariazola, and they were all here, and everybody was very supportive. Some of our students were here as well for that event. It was very, very nice, and I encourage you all there should be a July 4th concert that they're going to do. So maybe some of you all can join us for that particular event. And that's it. Tomorrow I will be traveling to Houston for the Texas Philosophical Society conference. I'll be back on Sunday and back at work on Monday. So it will take the weekend, but that's all I have, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Item 11, upcoming events. Tuesday, February 17, 2026, 11 a.m., Building the Texas Board Brand Workforce Grant Program Press Conference at the Erie Library Falcon Executive Conference Room, Saturday, February 28, 2026, 12 to 5, Laredo College Fun Fest at Fort McIntosh.
AEP sponsor.
AEP sponsor. March 9th to the 13th, spring break, LC will be closed.
Right.
March 18th, 2026, 11 a.m., Laredo College Regional Law Enforcement Academy, open house at LC South. Tentative, April 16, 2026, time to be announced, Laredo College South Raquel Gonzalez Automotive Technology Center ribbon cutting. Tentative, April 18, 2026, TBA as well, Laredo College Car Show. There is a change, April 24th, tentative, 2026, TBA, Laredo College Lamar Bruni and Environmental Science Center open house. Tentative, March 26, 2026, TBA, Laredo College, Dr. Domingo Arechica Hall ribbon cutting. And lastly, number 12, next board meeting date, Tuesday, March 26, 2026, 6 p.m., a regular monthly board meeting for Laredo College trustees.
If I may add, the reason some of these dates are tentative is because we're waiting for furniture and furnishings, and assuming that all goes as planned, then those dates will stick. Okay?
Thank you. Is there any comments or anything? No?
I so moved for adjournment.
Okay, there's a motion for adjournment by Ms. Ramos. There's a second by Ms. Liendo. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? No. Motion passes. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. And I think we did a good job. Good time.
Good time.
It's not even 8.
It's not even 8.
7.
Wow.
2.